Around the world, photosynthesis occurs all around. You have plants growing all the time, capturing carbon dioxide, using natural sunlight and growing. We basically do industrial photosynthesis. So the same process, but effectively made ultra efficiently. We can capture carbon dioxide, we use natural sunlight, and we can cultivate microalgae at a phenomenal rate. For an 8-year-old, you'd probably say that this is a magic tree. So on barren land where there is no grass growing, there's no trees growing, you put this equipment on that land, and effectively it works like a magic tree. You are breathing in carbon dioxide, breathing out oxygen, and growing. And you're growing at a phenomenal rate, creating food for anyone that wants it, literally out of thin air. As a consequence, you are turning carbon dioxide into food, and these are superfoods, microalgae. And this is a tropical smoothie.
I love this one.
You're listening to Bite Size Climate Tech, Season 5.
So we're in Innovation Zero. I'm very happy that I got to interview the global commercial director of, which is a company of
30 people. So what we do is at Arborea is that we capture carbon dioxide and convert it into food without needing any fertile land.
I walked past by your stand and it was very interesting because you said that the key technology is called photosynthesis microorganism. Walk me through the whole process as if I have never heard of, I have never heard of this before today.
So essentially, what we have is a breathing cultivation platform. So we as humans, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. What we do is our cultivation platform does it in reverse. It can breathe in carbon dioxide emitted from any industrial source.
Yeah.
It breathes out oxygen and allows us to cultivate microalgae such as spirulina or other microalgae at a phenomenal rate in a closed environment. Then we can extract all kinds of ingredients from these microalgae in unlimited quantities.
So you were explaining to me the environment is like tubes. The specific name is BioSolar Leaf.
Yeah, the technology is called the BioSolar Leaf technology.
Yes.
And these are breathing tubes that basically allow you to cultivate microalgae inside of these tubes.
Yeah.
These tubes can breathe in carbon dioxide, breathe out oxygen, and allow you to cultivate this microalgae.
And the reason why you can breathe in carbon dioxide is because you put microalgae into the tubes.
The tubes are designed to breathe in carbon dioxide.
Oh.
The microalgae feed on the carbon dioxide. So the microalgae feed on the carbon dioxide and they emit oxygen. That's how they grow. By controlling that process incredibly efficiently, what we can do is accelerate that process. And we can grow the microalgae so quickly that we can harvest every single day. The water is flowing in the tubes.
Yeah.
The microalgae is growing in the water. The tubes breathe in the carbon dioxide, the microalgae emit oxygen, and the oxygen breathes out of the tubes.
So the tube basically is a container for the water, which has a lot of microalgae. And the tube is designed to breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen.
Exactly.
And that's your BioSolar Leaf
technology. Exactly. So
see, I did a good job.
No, absolutely, absolutely. As a consequence, you are turning carbon dioxide into food, and these are superfoods.
Yes.
The microalgae.
You
tried the tropical smoothie.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's very good.
But it's, because it's made in a controlled manufacturing environment, full of bioactive nutrients and fruit juice, but you can taste.
I love this one.
Yeah.
Are you in the supermarket?
No, we're not in supermarkets yet,
Why
but we will be. We're B2B, so we supply companies that make the ingredients to make the products for supermarkets.
Now that I understand. But how do you explain this to an 8-year-old?
For an 8-year-old, you'd probably say that this is a magic tree. So on barren land where there is no grass growing, there's no trees growing, you put this equipment on that land, and effectively it works like a magic tree. You are breathing in carbon dioxide, breathing out oxygen, and growing. And you're growing at a phenomenal rate, creating food for anyone that wants it, literally out of thin air.
The magic tree also, it's very saturated with water, right? Because that's how you...
A tree needs water. Our process is a natural process. It is photosynthesis, just like the tree grows.
Just like the tree.
But it is photosynthesis that is ultra efficient. So that means you can perfect nature.
Magic tree on the ground.
Exactly.
That's the 8-year-old analogy.
If the 8-year-old wants to see the magic tree as a chandelier in the V&A Museum in London. On display, the bionic chandelier that was originally made by our founder, which is a breathing chandelier suspended from the ceiling, and you can actually see the technology. And
is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
V&A?
In the V&A Museum.
Oh, I think I've seen that. That's from your founder.
That is from our founder.
Oh, yes, I've seen that, yes.
So that was when the very first iteration of the technology.
How long ago was it?
That was about 8 years ago.
Oh my God.
And so it was the original BioSolar Leaf. It was actually shaped like a leaf.
Yes, I remember that.
Now that technology has been turned into an industrial.
Amazing.
And it doesn't look like a leaf anymore, but the name we've kept.
Climate tech is just good business! That's the bottom line.
8 years ago, it was maybe a piece of exhibition in V&A. Now you're doing industrialized.
Climate tech is as much about food security as sustainability.
Yes.
Now, we've seen around the world that basically how fragile the food supply chain is. If you get wars, if you get climate change,
Yes.
if you get forest fires, and people need food. With the right technologies like such as this, where you can literally take carbon dioxide and turn it into food on barren, non-fertile land, you can provide food security to any country.
What is the cost of producing something like this compared to the incumbent technology? And how long does it take before you turn something that's a piece of art into now the industrialized?
So to answer the second question first,
Yeah.
it took 8 years to get from the piece of art to an industrial technology.
But you know,
A lot of clever scientists, a lot of technology goes into that. Very, very clever, difficult technology.
What is the cost compared to the other solutions?
This technology is designed to be mass market.
Right.
Essentially, when your feedstock is free, carbon dioxide and natural sunlight, you have inherently a low-cost process. One of the biggest problems with a lot of other technologies, climate technologies, is the scale-up cost. It might work on a small scale, but if you need large fermentation tanks or large open ponds or lots of pressurized gases or tubing, how are you ever going to feed the world when you need to have all that equipment? This technology is modular, it's scalable to any size. This is a technology that literally, with a land area the size of Greater New York, could produce as much protein as an entire continent.
Oh.
Because it's ultra efficient. In photosynthesis, nature's own process is very efficient.
Where's your biggest operation right now?
Portugal. So
I love Portugal.
So Portugal, fantastic place, plenty of sunlight.
300 days of sunlight.
Exactly.
Where in Portugal?
So just outside Lisbon is our pilot facility.
I need to go to visit.
So absolutely. And we're building our first full-scale factory also in Portugal, just south of Lisbon, a place called Alentejo, and that's our first full-scale factory. But then that becomes a model factory to show people from around the world, because then those factories can also be built in Asia, in Australia, in America, anywhere.
Wherever there has sunlight.
Anywhere.
Possibly not London, but yeah.
Yeah, it would still work in the UK, but exactly. The more sunlight, the more yield you get.
Yes,
absolutely. This is the process.
A question from our previous guest.
Our next segment is you're going to answer a question from a previous guest.
Okay.
Now, pass it on to our next guest.
If you were to change career paths and have a bigger impact in climate, what would you do?
It's a good question in a sense, because it is exactly what I did. For the last 30 years, I worked in large multinational food companies.
Yeah.
And last January, I quit and I joined this startup company, because it's the first startup that approached me where I could see not just interesting science, but an interesting commercial possibility for scale-up.
Yes.
So it was enough for me. My wife was saying, why are you leaving the security of a job, leaving your company car and your pension behind? But I said, basically, I want to be part of this journey, because this is technology that's not just interesting science. This is something that could be scaled up on a global scale, and I want to be part of it.
Business.
And this can make it. So I did make that choice and made that career change.
That's actually relevant to the question that I usually have for my guests is,
why do you work in climate?
which you already have answered. But I understand your background. You're also a scientist. You studied.
My doctorate is in chemistry from Oxford. And in all my career, I've worked in commercial roles, though, managing cross-functional teams of NPD, sales, marketing, commercializing science and technology.
So the reason why you wanted to work in climate is because the company reached out to you, and it has reached to the point that we now have business that's not only just good in optics, but very good for
You want to
scale-up.
make impact. You want to
Exactly.
make impact. If you're going to change the world in a good way, you've got to have something that is scalable,
Yes.
commercial, and makes products that people want to eat. Our technology can make products such as plant-based
I
milk,
just got it, yeah.
chocolates, muffins, real food products. And the partnerships we have are with large multinational food companies who are commercializing real food products. So this is not just a startup that's going to stay in a laboratory. We are building our first full-scale factory.
I hope there will be more startups like that. Can you leave a question for the next guest?
Yeah, I think for the next guest, how do you intend to scale up? Are you thinking about not just your science, or are you thinking about all the stages you need to get to now so that you really can make an impact in the future? And how are you doing that?
It's a very big question.
It is, but it's very important.
It is very
Sometimes
important.
many startups never get past stage 1 or stage 2
Yeah.
because they haven't thought ahead.
Exactly.
What's your one sentence of hope?
So I think if you're here in a conference like this, what you do see is amazing science and technology. Collaboration between these companies can produce the sort of results we need. So the possibilities are here. The enabling of the possibilities, that's now the new challenge. And when that's done, there really is hope for humanity.
So, in one sentence, enabling the scale up is what's needed.
It's a collaboration and enabling scale up so we can turn science into reality is exactly what's needed.
Amazing.
Let's make climate cool again.
High five.
So if you
Is it fun? It's fun. So let's look at the food.
So this is the protein.
Yeah.
This is the natural color. This is the bioactive nutrient concentrate.
Yeah.
And
What
all
do
of
you got? So all of them are protein powders.
this one's a protein powder. This is a special type of protein which is a for natural blue color. And this is bioactive nutrients as well as
Can I
protein.
try another one?
You can try the product. Do you want to try some product?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you pour us a bit more of the smoothie, yes? And also some of the milk as well.
I've tried this one. This is maybe the best tasted spirulina that I've tasted.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's because it's made in a controlled manufacturing environment. And
What is
also, this is a plant-based milk. Do you want me to open it?
Gummies.
And gummies, yes, indeed. Gummies are on their way as well. So you'll be able to see them shortly. So this is a plant-based milk. If you want to try it.
Yes.
Made like any regular plant-based milk.
Plant-based milk?
So like an oat milk or an almond milk. But the protein comes from microalgae. And this
It's very special. It tastes like, you know those sprouts milk? Tastes a little bit like that.
it's a and this is a tropical smoothie full of bioactive nutrients and fruit juice. And you can taste.
I love this one.
Yeah.
Are you in the supermarket?
No, we're not in supermarkets yet, but we will be. Well, we're B2B, so we supply companies that make the ingredients to make the products for supermarkets. So, but I'm glad you like the taste, and that's the whole point. That
I love it.
unless consumers like what they're eating.
Did you ask your girl? Or is this
No, just fruit juice and the
fruit
spirulina.
juice? What's
Yeah.
fruit juice?
Pineapple and banana juice. It's a tropical smoothie. But it's got a very high level of the microalgae.
What other stuff that you have? So
We've got gummies, we've
this
got
is the plant-based milk.
plant-based milk, pet food. Microalgae is very good for pets, keeps their hair shiny and helps their immune system, for example. So this is a source.
Food company, yeah.
It's a food company, a nutrition company, and it can provide ingredients, biostimulants for fertilizers. It can provide sustainable chemicals for any process. Literally, we're turning carbon dioxide into ingredients. These are
No, just hold it.
so these are gummies
Yeah.
made with the natural blue color from microalgae.
What is the blue color for?
It's a natural blue color that's extracted from the microalgae.
Oh, okay.
So effectively, it's a natural blue color that's been made from just carbon dioxide.
Can I?
Of course, try it.
It's eatable.
Of course.
So cute.
Talking at any point. Yeah, there are a lot of people.
Is it also protein based?
The blue color is a protein. We also have green gummies full of micronutrients that also taste absolutely excellent. So it's a great way of delivering nutrition.
I love this company. What's the meaning of Arborea?
Arborea, it's to do with plants and tree. Arbor, from the Italian word for arbor, tree.
Oh, nice.
From carbon capture to sustainable agriculture, we're covering it all.
See you next time.